Hello Flustu, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to show you the the Whips parade of this year. So I am going to show you what I have been stitching this year. Yes, it's a long way to show such things, but I like filming such a video. Okay, it takes time to put everything together, to get all the things together, to film all of them, to iron the one you have to iron before like filming. But nevertheless, this is a video which shows me, first of all, to me, how much I have been stitching this year, what I have been stitching this year, and it's a nice memory for me. I also like watching such videos if other stitchers film such videos. Of course I like watching them a lot, because it's a great thing to get everything together and film such a video. It's a great thing, first of all, to stitch everything during the year and then get everything together and find the time and film it. That's why I hope you are going to enjoy the video. I will start. I decided to divide the project into parts. The first part is going to be the projects which have been stitched and finished, so they are finished. And the second part, I'm going to show you the designs which have been stitched but they are not finished, either because I didn't have time for finishing, or because they are to be framed and I want to frame them professionally. So let's go. First, what I wanted to show you, this is two banners, mini banners from Mill Hill. Mill Hill used to release kits for such mini banners. It doesn't do anymore. It's a pity. I like a lot Mill Hill. I like a lot stitching with beads, with treasures, and these ones have a lot of treasure. So they are not taking into consideration their small area. They have a lot of treasures, and I purchased like 2 or 3 kits like this. And then I decided that I want to stitch at least one to see if I like stitching them, so that I would know in future if I find some more to purchase, if I want to look for some more. And this is the first which I finished, and I think it's nice. I think it's very, very nice. And I didn't stop here, because I finished the second one. But what is special about this one, that is not stitched from a kit. I stitched it, from scratch and with a donor. So I had another kit with such a ribbon and with such a band Aida with yellow flowers, because I needed the band Aida with yellow flowers. But I couldn't find this bee-scape design. I like it a lot, enormously. I found out the chart, and thanks God the treasures, they are not out of production, so you can buy them. So these flowers, and I purchased the beads if I didn't have them in my stash, the treasures, and I took from the existing kit which I purchased as a donor. I took this gross grain ribbon, and I took this band Aida, and I can say that this design looks exactly as if it would have been stitched from original one. So far I have 2. I have more in my stash. I don't think that I'm going to stitch a lot, per total, but I am going to stitch more for sure, because I like how they look. Then I'm going to show you the 3 mice on a tin, which have been finished this year. So Jasmine announced in the beginning of 2022 that is going to be a project of 4 mice on a tin, and I decided that of course I'm going to be in. But before Christmas it was announced that there is an extra one, the Christmas piece mouse, this one, and the other 2 are still to be released next year. So because it was said that 2 are going to be released this year, 2022, and 2 are going to be released next year, 23. So how do they look like? They have magnet here, that's why they are not like going away, which is a genius idea. This one is the peacock mouse. This is how it looks like. And you know that the Just Nan's logo, it's a peacock, that's why here it's a peacock. And that's not everything, because inside the tin there should be a needle book. I didn't make out of it a needle book because I'm not going to use a needle as a needle book, but in my case it's going to be a beautiful thing to be displayed. And this one, of course, has a peacock bead, such a beautiful peacock bead. The second one which was released, it was the Glory Bee mouse, this one, you see. And inside this one, of course, has a little bee. I used fabric on the other side, and with the biscornu stitch I just put everything together, made such a little thing. And the most recent one, it's this one, the gingerbread peace mouse. And this is what it has inside, a little peace dove. Really, really nice. So 3 mice which are waiting for the other 2 on a tin, I mean. Then, okay, let me continue with Just Nan. I will continue with 3 humbugs, which come as just 3 because the first one, the fall, the autumn one, was stitched. The autumn one was stitched like previous year, 2021, and like 2022 I just continued with the other 3 which were not stitched. Just this one has a pin because this one is on display now. I don't used to store them away with the pins. For example, when the season finishes, autumn finished, I took away all the pins, put them in a separate box, and then the little things I put them in a separate box, so don't put them with the pins together. So when I take them, the new, for example, I took the winter one, I took the pins and started to put the pins in each of them. Yes, I used to play like this. So the winter one was the first one with which I started the year, a very beautiful one. Unfortunately, these designs are out of production of print. They were sold at their time with the pin included. Very beautiful designs, very nice idea. As I said, it's a pity that they are not produced anymore and nothing similar with pins appears. But who knows? I see that Just Nan is very, how to say, active recently in reprinting a lot of beautiful, nice things. The next one was spring, which I stitched in spring. I like very much the peanut beads. You know, all of them have peanut beads except autumn. Autumn didn't have peanut beads. Very nice ones, very beautiful. I totally adore them. And the summer one with butterfly. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. Really nice. So I with this 3 and the autumn, which was already stitched, I finished already the how do I say, the series of 4 seasons from Just Nan of humbugs, series of humbugs. Also from Just Nan, let me continue. I stitched in autumn Mr. Nutley Owl. This is how he looks like with his hat, which I looked for a fresh new one. I have 2 more owls in my stash. I have the Winter Princess and one more autumn one, which I'll stitch for sure because they are so cute. And I started also stitching the series of tiny biscornus, which also come seasonal. And because Mr. Owl on his preview, the preview of the chart, he was like on this, on a biscornu like this. And I said, why not? Because these ones were purchased for several years and they were in my stash, and I said, why not? And in such a way I stitched the owl biscornu as well. Here is how it looks like, the owl biscornu. And already when winter came, the next biscornu is the Christmas one with cardinals, very, very beautiful. You see, this one is stitched on permine, and on the preview, this one comes with a gingerbread man pin, and I also took the pin for this one. By the way, they if you look at the chart, they come the same number of how do I say stitches, but this one is stitched on Cashel, not Cashel, sorry, on Belfast, because they both are stitched on 32nd count. But this one is Zweigart and this one is permine. Look, this one which is stitched on permine, it looks smaller. At least I think it looks smaller visually. Not a lot smaller, but still it is a bit smaller. So yeah, it seems that the brand of the fabric makes a difference. And also from Just Nan, the last little thing which I wanted to show you. This is the B. I don't know how this one was called. This one was the release of last Christmas, if you remember. And I purchased, I stitched, I made it like into a decoration, an ornament. But nevertheless, I'm thinking about changing them and making them like this, you know, like putting this one here and making like this, because I would like more. And it seems that the B, I have to change the B of the other side. I don't know, this... Not a long time ago, I bought the one with the nest, because that one I didn't have. The other two I already stitched in different forms. So I'll have to decide what to do. Leave them like this, or like stitch them all into kind of this kind of decorations. With this series, I still have to decide finally what I want. Okay, so that was everything about the little Just Nans, I mean. Then I have such two butterflies. These are from the Mill Hill and they are from Kids. And by the way, these are the only two Mill Hill, how do I say, classical kits which I have stitched this year, because I have Mill Hill, but they were from vintage kits, from books, from different sources, where I put all the materials together, like not having them in a kit. This is how the back looks like. And honestly, these ones were stitched because finally I found a tree where I can display the chicks from Mill Hill, because I have already stitched them for a long time, and I displayed them. I took the other two butterflies which are ready, put them there, and realized that I have still space for these two, and that's why I just stitched them and put them there, so that I would have like the two collections of chicks and butterflies, something like this. Then I have such a horse. This is from the Ukrainian brand Fruzia Lock. It was stitched and finished also in the beginning of the year. At the time I showed everything, how the kit looks like. I have three or four more kits in my stash with this kind of horses. They have more I would like to buy, like the Halloween one I like a lot. There are like more which I like. When I'll have the opportunity, I will buy more, I think, because they are super great. See? Super great. Also, I have such a thing, I don't know how to call it. This is a strawberry, which I stitched as to make out of it a hanging part of the Hardanger design, autumn Hardanger design, which I stitched, but it proved to be too big for that finishing, and I also didn't like how it looked with this dark red fabric like underneath, and I decided not to use it. But nevertheless, it forms a nice, how they say, autumn decoration. I don't know if to call it a strawberry or maybe to call it an acorn, but I won't like throw it away. I thought about making out of it a scissor fob, but I think it's too large for a scissor fob, so it's going to be a nice, beautiful autumn decoration. At least I think so. Okay, next what I wanted to show you, this is going to be shepherd's bush. And you won't believe, but this is the first year when I started stitching shepherd's bush. Yes, I had in my stash something purchased, but I haven't started anything until this year. And my shepherd's bush experience started with a roll. The first one was this snowman roll, don't remember how it's called. It was difficult for me, I admit, first of all, to understand not the stitching, I mean like the finishing. It was a little bit like tricky for me, but nevertheless I think I managed to do right the thing. Even here, you see, I made it like not okay, and then try to repair the situation. I don't think it's bad, by the way. I don't think it's bad. It's pretty accurate for a first one, but nevertheless, as I said, it was difficult for me to put together this one. Then the second one, it was A Mother's Love, which was stitched in March when we celebrate Mother's Day here in UK. And for me, it was kind of, I decided to stitch something connected with the day, and this is what I have actually. It was easier with this one. I remember it was easier. The finishing, everything, much easier. And this would be like the second one. This is not the third one. In a second, I'll show you the third one. But this is the third, which is the same, how they say, size as this one's, because the other one, which is a part of shepherd's fold, that one doesn't have this size. So one more was stitched in the beginning of September as a, how they say, a nice memory, because my son went to year 1, and that's why here it's written David 2022 and the small year 1. And nevertheless, it was a nice, beautiful thing. I like it a lot, this one. And besides this, I started a series from Shepherd's Bush. I started the tray series. There are like 4 of them for each season, and I already made half of them. I started in autumn, in October, with the Halloween one. This is how it looks like. Because the kit, you probably know, the kit you buy separately and the tray you buy separately. In my videos, I'm telling everything. I think I'm giving so many details about all my designs. And this would be the Merry Little Christmas, the Christmas one. And this is how it looks like. And of course, when spring comes, I'm going to stitch the next one. So I hope this year I'm going to finish them, like finish the other 2 and have the whole series. But this is not all the Shepherd's Bush I have, because the greatest achievement, Shepherd's Bush achievement, which I have made this year, at least I think so, this is the Shepherd's Fold. So I stitched all the components of the Shepherd's Fold. I had the kit for this one in my stash for a long time. It was my dream to finish this one as the lid of a box. I didn't purchase the Lone Elm box, which they recommend. I purchased an IKEA box and I colored it, painted it. This is also plum color. And because the diameter of the lid is bigger here, what I actually did, I used the 28th count, not the fabric, not the 32nd, which was recommended in the kit. This is how the lid looks like, a full heart. And this is what I have inside. And inside, as I said, I purchased all the kits making the, how they say, the full heart series. Okay, first of all, I have such a pin cushion, the big one, nice one. By the way, I stitched everything in 2 threads, not in 1, as the kit recommends. I told about everything in my videos, absolutely everything. I have even the pin kit from Just Another Button, as you can see. So here it is, and I have also such a ship from Just Another Button. This one is not recommended. This, I mean, like by them. This one is It's like I made. I decided that it's going to be perfect for this series. And this is how the roll looks like, you see, as you would, in comparison, this one, you see, it's thicker and it's much shorter. But this is how the thread was here. I didn't have more thread to make it the other size. I don't mind, honestly, I don't mind, because this one is not going to be together with this ones, because these ones I intend to stitch all of them, the ones I have, and divide them also by season. So they are going to lie on a tray together. And that's why for me it's important that the rest of them to have the same size, more or less the same size. But this one is going to lie here with this collection. That's why it's not so like critical that it's not the size of the others. And then I have the needle book. This is how it looks like. The fabric I have, first of all, this is how it looks here. The fabric I have here is not with dots, as the preview shows. I have a different fabric. There is such a nice flower here. Then I have the pocket for the ruler. This is how the ruler looks like. It was in the kit, this one. This one, you see, I made it like this, so that it would hold it nicely. This is how it looks like. And then I have the scissor fob. This is how the scissor fob looks like. It looks like it's on the both sides, you see. And as a scissor for this set, I chose Little Love scissors from Kelmscott, and this one, which I was looking for it because I couldn't find it in the plum color, by the way. Besides this, I also have here for the organization of a nice project, I have the needle threader. Also, it's from Just Another Button, and they recommended to buy here. What they didn't recommend, but I still have here, it's such an organizer. It's in kind of wooden, also in the color of plum, because plum is the key color of this. I have one more scissor, the sheep scissor with such a fob, nice one. And I have also the needle minder. I have a black one as well, so I have a white one and I have a black one as well. And I should have like 2 bobbins. They are mother of pearl bobbins. They are white, but they are not here. I don't know where they are, but they were purchased also with the intention of like organizing, when organizing a project with this box, with this shepherd's bush box. A very nice achievement of mine. I would say I'm very in love with this box and what's inside. Okay, what else I wanted to show you is such a design. This one was made from a kit from a Russian brand, Oven it's called. It had everything, so it's stitched on kind of wood, you see, and it had everything. It had the threads, it had this thing, so you had just to stitch and like connect this one with the thread, this one, and that's it. I intend to give this one to my parents as a present, but as I haven't visited them yet, this one is with me. But when I'm going to go to their house, I'm going to take this one. So yeah, I'm showing it to you and I'm going to give it as a present. Also, what I consider as finished how to say, designs, works, this is the 3 bell pulls which I managed to finish this year. I don't know why I thought I had more, but no, just 3. I'm intending to make more because in the finished works, the next ones you'll see, which are not in the works, in the designs stitched but not finished, you'll see some more, which I will like indicate that I want to finish as bell pulls, because there are more which I would like to finish as bell pulls. So one of the designs which I finished as bell pulls, this is Just Nan Christmas piece. Showed it very thoroughly in my video. I didn't stitch this one from the reprint. This one, it was stitched by me as a design made from scratch. Nevertheless, it's like the original one and it's very beautiful. If you're curious to see how it looks on the other side, this is how it looks like. Then the Halloween witch upon a star, the Mill Hill design, and the pumpkin bell pull. This is how it looks like, and this is how it looks the other side. And one more, it was the September song, this one. Just a second, let me take this one's away so that it would be like this. And the September song, I wanted to stitch very much this work like for the past 2 years, I think. Finally stitched it and even found the right bell pull in my stash and finished this one. Really glad, really glad. I already said that my ideal, my dream about these bell pulls is that each bell pull would have a design each season, you know, like it wouldn't stay with just one design. For example, if for summer I'll find the design to finish here, it's going to be perfect. For winter, I haven't found yet nothing. Okay, so this is how it looks the other side, this one. And that's it. So these are all the designs which were stitched this year and finished by me, but they are finished. Now we are going to go through the designs which were stitched, but they are not finished in any way. And this is the pile of what I have stitched, but I haven't finished yet. If I want to finish the design by myself, I will tell you about this, but if I still want to finish it professionally in a frame, like meaning not me framing it, of course I'm going to tell you about this. The thing is that I intend to frame my designs in Moldova, in Chisinau, at home, let's say so, where I come from. And the thing is that I haven't been there for 2 years, and 2 years ago when more than 2 years, and when I have been there last time, I didn't have time to go. That's why I'm organizing myself next time when I'm going to be in Chisinau to go. I intend to go to 2 different framing offices and frame as many designs as I will be able. Okay, so what I have here is the slipper, Gossamer slipper from Bovie Threads, which was what did I say, a purchase which I made quickly, a stitch which I made even quicker. So this one I intend to frame by myself into a bell pull. Yes, you won't believe, but it's going to be a bell pull. I have some ideas, because this is Halloween design, you know, and I don't think I need it in a frame. I would have finished it like last autumn, but I wasn't absolutely in the mood of finishing it when the work was stitched. So yes, by the way, with my finishing into bell pulls, which I used to do, you know, I told myself to organize myself and finish the designs which I have, because in the beginning when I was stitching the bands, band samplers from Just Nan, I couldn't finish them into bell pulls. Now I can do this. That's why I told myself to organize myself this year, the year which comes, to have at least one finishing per month. I mean, from those which are already stitched. So this work will go into that category, already stitched and to be finished. Next one is Amy Bishop, Homeward Bound, it's called. I don't remember exactly how. Over the river and through the woods. And this is my first design, first work with Harriet Anger. I love enormously this design, enormously, and I still want to finish it into a bell pull. and didn't do it at the time because I didn't have all the components. But now I found the fabric which I need, which I want to use like underneath. I found the right, or at least the shade which I like a lot, and I found the tassel to use here. So yes, this one I hope a lot that this one also is supposed, and it will be finished in next year, in 2023. And I would like these ones to be finished before the season starts, you know, like this one to have before September, something like this. Then I have Jeanette Douglas. I have Sew Together. This is my first design by Jeanette Douglas. I have all the 8 parts which come into this design. I love them a lot. And I thought about how to finish this one. The idea of having it as a cushion, you know, like long cushion, it's very good. But I'm thinking also making it into a pin keep and put this pin keep into a frame, which is going to be also, I have an idea, but I'm not sure if this one is not too big for that frame which I want to. So far, I'm thinking. So the cushion is going to be, how they say, plan B for this design. I'm still thinking how to finish this one, but nevertheless, I'd like to have this one finished in a way so that I could see it nicely every day. Because this one is really, really nice. And you know, it was a quick stitch because this one was stitched whenever I had like a few minutes, like to how do I say, to stitch. I was just taking this one, stitching, I don't know, a few letters, stitching a few tomato pin cushions, and go on. And it was a very nice, pleasant project. That's why I'm intending for next year to do the same thing. I mean, like taking a sampler, which I have in my stash. I don't have so many samplers, and stitch it little by little, as I did with this one. To see, also it's going to be stitched so quick, or it was just for this one. Also this year I stitched the Australian dragonfly. The thing is that I wanted to stitch all the insect series from Nora Corbett. And the 2 dragonflies, the silver one and the emerald one, I had stitched them previously. I also had the free patterns from Mirabilia site, the bumblebee and the golden butterfly. And this year, finally, I put myself together and I stitched the Australian dragonfly. This is how it looks like. I made some changes here. I used the Miyuki beads because I changed the count. I didn't use the 28th count of fabric as they recommended according to the key. I used the 32nd, and the Miyuki beads here were much better than the original, how they say, Mill Hill beads. I love it enormously. I love it so much that I decided to stitch again the golden butterfly, but made a conversion out of it. The thing is that the golden butterfly is stitched in such colors which don't have anything in common with the other insects. And okay, maybe a little with the bumblebee, but the bumblebee is more silvery there than goldy, you know. That's why I took the chart of the butterfly, the golden butterfly, and I used the colors, exactly the ones which I used here. So this ones come in the same, because I thought they are going to be okay when being displayed. A lot of stitchers who saw this conversion, they liked it a lot, said it's magnificent. And yes, I mean, like, I do agree, because I'm deeply in love with this butterfly. I don't know, because of the colors, because I made the conversion, but I love it very much. And being so much inspired after the conversion with the butterfly, I decided to finish the series, and I decided to stitch the 2 more charts I had, like the charts with the butterflies. There were two charts, but 2 butterflies each chart. 4 butterflies I had to stitch. And this one's also come as a conversion. This time is not my conversion, it's the conversion of an Ukrainian stitcher. The only thing is that I didn't use, she used the silks for these ones. I also used silks, but I didn't use the shades she used. I used almost the same, but with what I had in the stash. I didn't buy silks, especially for these designs, because the other components also are expensive. And if you buy silks, especially for these ones, they turn to be very, very expensive. So these are very nice. And I have the other pair, the butterflies in the middle. I by the way, I told all the shades of Kreynik and threads which I used in my butterflies. In my videos about these designs, I told about them, so it's not a secret what I used here. Actually, I told about everything. So if you want to stitch them as well in such conversion, you can watch the video, put down the changes, and you can stitch them as well. Then I have just Nan. I have 2 band samplers. I have the Be My Valentine sampler, which was stitched last year. This one for sure is going to be finished into a bell pull, for sure. I have first to check if I have something which is going to be okay from the ones which I already have. If not, I'm going to buy something, but for sure I want to finish this one. And by the way, this one would be kind of one of the first candidate to be finished, because I would like to have it ready by the end of January, so that it would be on display on February. Then I have again band sampler. This is Humming Bead Heaven. I wanted this one very much, I remember. I don't know why I didn't finish this one, because it's not big, but still I have to think something of it and do it. I remember being in a great delight when stitching this one. Very nice. Very, very nice. Then I have such a design. This is Dimensions, Hamlet Farm. This one was stitched according to an original kit. The kit's original farm, Hamlet Farm, they out of print, and I remember that I wanted this design very, very much. That's why I was looking for the kit, found the kit, purchased it, and stitched it. The only thing is that I haven't stitched on the Aida, which was in the kit. I stitched it on 32nd count linen. It's pearl gray, if I'm not wrong, from Zweigart. This one is going to be framed professionally, because this is a big design and I don't want to spoil anything. It was hard work, I would say, especially when I remember the backstitch on these branches. It was kind of killing in the end. But nevertheless, it's a very beautiful design. I like it a lot. A lot. And what do I have? Then I have a portrait of a lady. So again, this is a design from Dimensions, which I wanted a lot. I purchased this one and I stitched it. It was in spring. This one I can frame by myself, because it's not a big one and I can do it. The thing is that I'm not finding a frame which I imagine myself for this design. So I'm looking for a frame actually only in Tiki Maxx, because they used to bring nice frames. If I'm not going to find anything appropriate for this one, and I'm going to go with our designs to frame them professionally, I'm going to take this one as well, and I'm going to frame professionally this one. Then I have 3 designs which are kind of the finishing part of a series. This is from the Mill Hill book, the 4 designs which I wanted so much, and I was trying to First of all, I found the embellishments, the treasures. So last spring I had everything, and I started with the I don't remember the houses, the bird houses, yes, and I stitched the bird houses, and that's it. This year in spring I said that I'm going to finish the rest of them, and I stitched only the this one. And finally in summer I had the, how they say, the courage and the I put myself together, and I stitched the window, this one, and stitched the cottage, which is my favorite one. Really, really nice. And this one's I want to frame together, meaning like in one frame, and because that's why I was like making the corners here like differently. There are like 4 different positions, so that these ones will come all 4 in one frame. So this one I'm going to be framed professionally as well, but that's not everything. I still have more. And 4 more designs, which are the Seasons by Debbie Mann and Mill Hill, and I have them, and I have 4 of them, so all of them were stitched during this year. I started with spring, so this is spring. They are stitched on 2 different fabrics, like meaning the spring and the summer is stitched on this one, and winter and autumn on this fabric. This is even weave from Jobeline, hand dyed. So this is the spring. Beautiful designs, by the way. I wouldn't say that they are an easy stitch and such a quick stitch, but they are super nice, super nice, and they are interesting to stitch. You know, it's like really nice. Then it's summer with a running dog here, a water can. There is a slice of watermelon here on the table. And apples, because I think these are apples. Really nice. Then it's the creepy autumn. I like this one as well. 2 squirrels here. And the falling leaves. Beautiful. Beautiful. And the last one, which was stitched, this is winter. Winter was the first one which I saw, by the way. I liked it a lot. Stitched it, and I have it now. Nice, this one. Really, really nice. So yes, the 4 of them are ready. I tried to look for a frame for them because I want to frame them like this, but you know, there isn't a standard sizes frame for this one, so I'll have to order one. Why do I say a frame? Because I want to change them when the season comes. I want to change them, so not all of them to be on display at the same time. So that's why I'll probably order custom made frame for this 4. So I have to think about this already. So yes, these are 4 more designs which were stitched, 4 projects which were finished this stitching year. And 2 more works, 2 more designs, which are larger. That's why I changed the how they say, the zoom here, so that you would see everything. So this is Lily Sampler by Dimensions, and this one was stitched by the original kit Dimensions. I am planning to stitch all the flower samplers by Sandy Wharton, and the Asian sampler is by Nancy Rossi, if I'm not wrong. Some of them are purchased by myself in kits, some of them I'm going to stitch according to the chart. I changed the fabric which was originally in the kit. I mean the even weave from the kit for even weave from Zweigart, so that I would have one the same for all the 5 designs. So far I have this one, but as I said, I'm intending to stitch 4 more, hopefully soon. Okay, and one more design. This is Santa stamp. This is by Dimensions. This design was finished in the beginning of 2022, but actually it was started in 2019, I think. So because I would say it was the second winter when it was finished, because the first winter when I started it I had just this frame and that's it, and last winter, starting with November if I'm not wrong, I just started like filling in the frame, did absolutely everything, and in January if I'm not wrong, I finished it. So yes, this is the first big design by big design finished in 2022. An exquisitely beautiful design, very beautiful. It's a pity that it was taken out of print, and I'm very wishful to go to a frame and frame it this one like nicely into a beautiful frame. So this would be like I think this would be the greatest finished design of 2022. Of course, if we don't take into consideration the Chatelaine design, which is bigger, I think. I'm not sure. But the fact that I have this one finished, it makes me very glad and very happy. And that's everything about the finished designs. I mean, the designs which were finished stitched in 2022. Usually in these videos where I show the parade of everything I stitched in 2020 in a year, I don't include the projects which are not finished and they are going for the next year. But this year I thought about showing them to you because I don't have so many. Generally speaking, I don't have many parallelly going ongoing projects because I don't like stitching many projects at the same time. That's why I have 3 active projects which are going from this year to the next year. The first one is Secret Santa by Lavender and Lace, which was actually a plan for last year, but I haven't started it. Started now, but kind of too late, because I tried to stitch all the smaller designs so that I would finish them by the end of the year. That's why this one still is started. I have stitched kind of almost 1000 stitches. It's 4.5% of the job is done, let's say so, and I stitched this ribbon. This one is going to be the main project, like from now on. I don't intend to start anything new, not yet, at least until I will get bored probably, and I'm intending to stitch this one as much as possible this winter time. And one more design which is going to be continued to be stitched in the next year. This is London by Luca S. Yes, London by Luca S. Probably not many of you know that or remember that I'm stitching this design. The thing is that this design was kind of started, it's a skeleton, I would say, this design, because I started 2 or even 3 years ago, stitched very little. I stitched like very little from this phone box, and that's it. And in the beginning of 2022 I decided that I have to stitch this one little by little, at least try to stitch this one little by little, so that I would finish it sometime. Decided that 1000 stitches per month is going to be enough for this one to go on at least. And so far I have 10,500 stitches. That's not bad. If I would stitch 1,500 more, I would have this task I established for myself. I'm not sure if I'll have the time or the willingness to do it until the end of the year. Not bad, not perfect, but not bad, I would say. The last time I showed you this the progress of this design, it was the whole phone box stitched. I even talked in that video about the history of the red phone boxes, why they are red, who invented them, since when they are in UK and not only in UK. But since then I also tried to stitch some more, and what you see like next to this phone box, the guy and the start of the lady, it's the progress I have on this design. So I decided that the next is going to be the entrance in the tube here, and like going here and stitch the tower bridge. So far I kind of finished the guy, started the coat of the lady, and was already tired of this gray and dark brown colors, and went here to stitch the trees with autumn colors. So did like some confetti here, and that's it. I didn't have the willingness to continue. Nevertheless, it's a project, it's a design which I'm stitching whenever I'm doing it, but I am stitching, and I wanted to show you the progress, and I wanted to show you that this one is going to go to next year. I hope that I'll stitch at least as much as I stitched this year, because, you know, little by little, sometime in future I will have this design done. And the biggest and most important project, which is going to which was not finished in 2022 and is going to be continued in 2023. This is Sanssouci Castle and Gardens by Chatelaine. I stitched a third of the design. I'm showing you like this, filming from with my hands, trembling hands, because like this you can see, okay, not the whole design, but still the greatness of the what I achieved so far. I'm very glad about this, and I hope that I'm going to be able to do them to stitch this design more in 2023, because secretly I'm hoping that I'm going to finish this one, but by the end of the next year. And this is everything I wanted to show you in this video. I mean, all the designs which were finished in 2022, the designs which were not finished and are going to be continued to be stitched next year. Especially I wanted to thank you for being with me from the stitching point of view, virtual point of view, throughout all this year, for watching my videos, for leaving your likes, for leaving your comments, and for the pieces of advice which you were leaving in your comments. Of course, this is very, very important for me. Thank you for all these things. Hope that the next year, 2023, it's going to be also so prolific and with ready finished designs. But of course, we'll see. Thank you one more time for everything, and see you, of course, in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.